Hey guys, welcome back to Beardman Comics. This episode of Nail It with Beardman is going to be different and short. Here I'll share with you a little in-depth and more detailed look at what I draw and how I draw it. Today I'm going to share with you my process of drawing backgrounds, so without wasting any time and as obvious as it gets, let's start with the background first. Once I've gone through some beautiful skyscapes from Pinterest, I commence the process of painting. I choose the lightest color from the blue palette and start with one corner. This is me experimenting with colors, where I toggle with the hues and values. You must be wondering why am I picking colors from the canvas instead of smudging it. There's a good reason to it, because when we smudge we lose control over color on our pieces, and moreover you don't learn much about the changing values and hues. Hence it's wiser to pick up your own color. I have learned this trick to use the paintbrush itself to add gradients while keeping away with the smudge tool, except for one specific purpose. Let me show you how. Here's somewhat a darker tone of blue compared to this one. You won't see any gradients over here, do you? So what do I do here is, I use the smudge tool only to find the mid-tone here, like this. Then I pick the color, remove the evidence that I have ever used the smudge tool before, and paint over it. And then I do the same to the other hard edges until it gets smoother, like this. I know it's not the quickest way of doing it, but you surely learn a lot about color transformations and color grading. Having said that, back to the canvas. But before I mesmerize you with some beautiful clouds, let me get rid of this grey area and build some contrast. As I've said before, this drastic division brings in contrast, which instantly makes the process of painting the sky very less intimidating. On a very related note, did I tell you that I am drawing a sunset? I think I missed that. So, I am drawing a sunset, and contrary to the popular belief, I would paint the lower half of the sky with a darker tone, especially when the sun is in the very area. But don't worry, I am doing this only to express the sheer brightness of the sun, which you will see in a second. As you can already see here, the clouds are very bright, thanks to the darker backdrop. I think I'm making the entry of the sun very theatrical for no reason, so here it is. Having done that, I won't mind adding more character to the clouds by making a few of them a little more denser. Dense clouds have more water droplets in them, hence they don't entirely light up when the sun is around them, only their edges do. Therefore, they look fab. I think I'm gonna add a few more of these, this time with a brighter tone. Not all clouds could be dense, otherwise it would look monotonous. Therefore, I randomly put some blotches so they don't look man-made. And once I'm satisfied with the shapes, I differentiate one from the other by toggling with the density and attributes related to the brightness. Too many words, but we are done with the sky. Now, let's take our business to the basement, I mean the low half. I take a darker tone of orange and paint over the cityscape, starting with brightening the area closer to the sun. Closest will be the brightest, keeping in mind that detailing isn't the objective, setting the mood is. And by the way, this is a glare, and these boxes should be justifying the far away buildings. In addition to that, I initiate to paint the balcony with brighter tone of sunlight, pouring itself on the railings and this thing about which I have no idea yet. Anyway, I proceed to add a few more structures to the background, such as this poorly lit warehouse and this simple tree with recently washed up bright leaves. Thanks to the shower half an hour ago, painting these cleaned cars parked on the roadside was an easy task. Just assume what the roof is reflecting and paint. Oh crap, the tail lamp was supposed to be off. Too bad I didn't notice. Anyway, I jump to the balcony, quickly add some texture to the wall, flow and additional elements to which I haven't given any thought. And on that note, we are done. I know what you are thinking. It could have been more detailed, and it is not at par with any of my good artworks. I agree, but let's not forget that this is just a background and I have just painted it to set the mood for the story, where the characters are supposed to be in focus. And it's up to you to make it more playful, like this. There are many possibilities that you may or may not know until you have picked up the wand. And as Hermione taught me, Wingardium Leviosa. This is Beardman signing off.